Hi, today we're working on the E flat major scale in the basic position. Go ahead and grab your music sheet and tune up your ukulele. So go ahead and pause the tutorial, tune up your ukulele, grab your music sheet that says E flat major scale basic position, and then come on back. We'll get started in about a second. Okay, so you got your music sheet, you tuned up your ukulele. Before we start, what you want to do is take note on the location of the notes that we're playing here on the E flat major scale. For instance, the E flat's on the 3rd fret, 3rd string. Then you go to the F, then the G is on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and A flat, 4th fret, B flat, 6th fret, and bottom string C, D, and E flat. So take note, don't even play yet. Pause the tutorial and just take note of the locations of the notes on the fretboard. And use a diagram that you have. Make any notations that you need to. That's going to help you out. Okay. Okay, so you got the locations of the notes. Let's go through the notes real quickly. We're just going to play the notes one by one with whatever finger you choose. I'm going to use my index finger, and we'll play it one by one. Okay? So we'll go starting with E flat. We're just finding the notes, making sure we're both on the right track. Here we go. E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat. Okay, now it should sound the same as me. That's why you tuned up your ukulele, so the notes should match up. Okay, if they don't, you got to go back and find the location and do that little bit that we did together to find the right notes. Okay, now pause for a second, make sure that you located the right notes, and when you're ready, we're going to start here in about a second. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to discuss the fingering for the E flat major scale in the basic position. The fingering that I'm using, I'm going to count it off for you. I'm using 1 for the first, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my number fingering system. So when I'm doing this, the E flat major scale, it's going to be 1, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. Okay, so basically I just play the scale off the diagram, and the fingering, my fingering will be 1, 3, next string 1, 2, 4, next string down is 1, 3, 4. Okay, now if you're preferring to do the 3-finger system, then it's going to be 1, 2, or 1, 3. You decide. Next string 1, 2, 3, bottom string 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now pause the tutorial. You decide on which finger you're going to use for the E flat major scale in the basic position. Pause the tutorial, and then we're going to get started in about a second while you decide which fingering you're going to use. Okay, so you decided which fingering you're using. I'm going to call off the notes, not the fingering, so stay together. I'm starting with the E flat note on the 3rd fret, 3rd string, and we're going to go ascend from E flat to E flat. So the pattern is, once again, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat. Okay, here we go. Starting with E flat, here we go. E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat. One more time. E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat. Okay, so pause the tutorial and try that a couple of times. Keep it smooth. So try this several times. Go at a speed that's comfortable for you, so you can stay even, smooth, and then you don't make any mistakes. If you make mistakes, you gotta slow down. Okay, so pause the tutorial, do that for about a minute or two, then we'll move on. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to ascend, and we're going to stop on the E flat, the high E flat, then we're going to just descend. Okay, so follow along. I'll guide you. Here we go. We're going to ascend one time. Ascend. E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat. Stop. Stay right there. stay on the E flat. We're gonna descend now. Here we go. High E flat coming down, E flat, D, C, B flat, A flat, G, F, E flat. Okay, now we're gonna try it again. Descending, get to the high E flat, and we'll take a little slower. Okay, a little slower. Here we go. High E flat, coming down, descending, D, C, B flat, A flat, G, F, E flat. Okay, so you want to now descend several times. Okay, and make sure that you keep it smooth and even and you're not making a mistake. Once again, go at a speed that's comfortable for you so you can stay smooth, even, and not make mistakes. Next, we're going to ascend, pause, and descend. Okay, so pause the tutorial, try it for a few times, then we'll move on with the ascend, descend with the pause. Okay, so you worked out your ascending and your descending E flat scale. Now we're going to ascend, pause, and descend. Here we go, not too fast. E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat, pause, E flat, D, C, B flat, A flat, G, F, and E flat. Okay, so the outcome for that is to keep it smooth. Okay, pause, no more than 5 seconds. Okay, so when you pause, the sooner that you can continue your descent, the better. Okay, the pause is just there for you to get your bearings, to make sure that you're coming down on all the right notes. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna ascend and descend with no pauses. It's one continuous motion. Okay, here we go. Stay with me. I'll guide you along, not too fast. Here we go. E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat, coming down, D, C, B flat, A, G, F, E flat. Okay, so give that a try. You want to do the ascending and descending with no pauses. Once again, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat, coming down, D, C, B flat, A flat, G, F, E. So it should sound like this. Okay, once again, go at a speed that's comfortable, slow, even for you without making any mistakes. That's very important, that it's slow, even, and without mistakes. Because if you make mistakes, and you practice mistakes, if you practice mistakes, you're going to recreate the mistakes when you play it. Okay, and the total outcome of the scale, E flat major scale in the basic position, is that this is the way you want to practice it. Ascend and descend with no stops, and this is how you want to practice your scales. Now I know that to get to that point, you need to break it down and get the ascend correct, get the descend correct, then try with a pause to get your bearings, to get it smooth, and finally do the ascend and descend with no pauses. Okay, and now you want to move in steps where you're not making mistakes and keeping it even and smooth. Okay, very important. If you're making mistakes, you're going too fast. Slow down. Okay, the speed where you can start to increase your speed is when you're not making mistakes. Okay, so I'll give that another try, give it another listen to, and when you're finally comfortable and ready to move on to the next lesson, we'll see you then.